Come on in, come on in, come on in. It's all about you time. Come on in. We're going to be talking about anger. I want you to come on in so we can talk about it. There's 10 things I need you to know about anger. You may be feeling anger at some points and have felt it in your life. You may be dealing with children that are angry. You may be dealing with co-workers that are angry. So tonight, it is all about you. We're going to be looking at you, of course, not everybody else. Because if you've ever felt anger, and you know when you feel it, you know when you can feel the heat rise, and you know when you can literally feel like you are getting ready to be out of control. You can feel it. Anger has some things you need to know about it. I have 10 things that you need to know. So I want you to tune in and make sure you do a watch party so that you can have your friends understand some things about anger that you may not have necessarily heard before, or if you've heard before, you may not necessarily have the same understanding. So I want to share with you 10 things you need to know about anger. Anger, I promise you, anger can help you be or make you be somebody you don't want to be. I don't know if anybody is like me has ever been real angry before, where you actually was angry enough to cause bodily harm, or at least felt like it. I know I can't be the only one. I can't be the only one who has felt anger. I'm sure I'm not. I'm just picking. I'm sure I'm not. All right, so if you know it, this all about you time. So anytime I come on Thursday at 8 o'clock, you need a pad and you need a pen. So if you don't have one, you might want to get your pad and pen real quick. Or I'm giving other people some time to come on, because I promise you, this information helped me, and I hope it helps you. All right, number one, I need to give y'all a little disclaimer, because most people think anger is bad, and it's not. Anger is not inherently bad. The actions that come after the anger is what can cause bad situations, but the emotion anger itself is not inherently bad. So that's number one. Anger is not inherently bad. The reason how you know is because children can feel anger because they want something and they don't get it. Adults can feel anger because they are wanting to be in control, but they find themselves out of control. And if they can't control something that they feel they should be in control of, an anger emotion may be present. So anger is not inherently bad by itself as an emotion. But what we do with the anger can absolutely cause bad things to happen. Number two, anger actually has some physiological effects, and I think most of us are aware of this because we feel them. Your heartbeat is rapid when you're angry. Some of us may have sweaty palms when we're angry. Some people may grit their teeth when they're angry. Some people actually contract in their abdomen when they're angry. So anger can cause some physiological effects in the body. Most of us know that because we feel it. Number three, anger can be motivation. Have you ever had somebody tell you you couldn't do something and it made you angry? But because you was angry and you wanted to prove them wrong, you got it done. That's me. The minute you tell me I can't do something, especially if it's positive, oh, I'm going to make sure that you know you have underestimated me. And I'm going to get it done. Absolutely. So anger can be motivation for some people. If you don't like something bad enough, sometimes the only time you change is when you get angry about it. And when the anger is so deep that you're like, you know what, this ain't gonna happen no more. I'm tired. I'm not only tired, I'm sick and tired. And I am the one that can make the changes to this, and I'm gonna make the change. Anger can be motivation. Number 4, did you know that something as simple as humor can diffuse anger? Instantly. Absolutely. It can diffuse anger instantly. So if you find yourself angry, find something to laugh about. Watch a TV show that makes you laugh. And if you can't watch nobody else, get you a comedian on the TV that will absolutely make you laugh. And guess what diffuses anger? Humor. Number 4. All right, number 5. Uncontrolled anger has been linked to strokes and heart attacks. High blood pressure. Absolutely. Now, some of us do know that because right now, we on high blood pressure pills. Right now, we even know somebody or we have experienced a little minor stroke. I'm here to tell you, if you're experiencing some strokes and some heart attacks and they're mild, you might want to get your anger under control and find out what you're angry about. Because you do know what you're still angry about. I've seen some people stay mad for years. Have you ever seen people like that? They get mad over something that happened and they hold the grudge for years. I remember talking to one lady. She'd been divorced 45 years. But every time you talk to her, guess what she talking about? Her ex-husband. And what happened 44 years ago. Just still as angry as if it was the day it happened. Just holding on to the anger. Yeah, she ended up dying with a heart attack. So just know, number 5, uncontrolled anger can result in strokes and heart attack. So get you something to laugh about quick, okay? All right. Number 6, people are not always the trigger of anger. Some people attribute being angry at people is triggering their anger, but do you know that anger is, being mad or having anger is not always triggered by a person. Sometimes anger can be triggered by a thing. Sometimes it can be triggered by a place. Sometimes it can be triggered by something else other than a person. So, number 6, just know that people are not always the trigger of your anger. Number 7, you need to have a plan of relaxation to combat anger. If you find yourself angry all the time, just you wake up mad. Anybody do anything during that day, you're mad. You got crinkles in between your eyes. You ever just seen people just have a crinkle in between their eyebrows because they always mad? Every time you see them, hey, well, how you feeling? Fine. Just always angry about something. It don't matter what it is. They angry. I promise you, they don't have a plan of relaxation in place. They don't know how to relax, and they haven't put a plan of relaxation in place. So when you find yourself in the place of anger, if you like tea, drink a cup of tea. If you like outside and you have been, if you're a country person like me, there's something about walking in grass barefooted with a cup of tea. Just makes me just say, oh. Now, I'm sure it's because when I was a little baby, and my mama always took me down to Silent City with my mom, my grandmama, and they always took my shoes off, put my little feet in the grass. I promise you, that thing relaxes me to this day. But have a plan of relaxation. If you like massages, listen, go get a massage. If you like putting your feet in water and getting a pedicure, go get a pedicure. Go get a manicure. If you just like walking, take a walk. But have a plan of relaxation, number 7, to combat your anger. Number 8, when you experience the anger emotion, I want you to know that something is there that needs to be examined. Don't just keep being angry, but actually try to look at why you are angry. I mean, the core reason why you're angry. And look at what's going on. That's a place of examination. The minute you get angry about something, that's a place that you need to examine as an area to heal. I promise you. Because once it's healed, you'll no longer get upset about it. You'll no longer get angry. Okay? Number 9. Aggression is anger in action. So, folks that fight, they get angry first, and then they have an aggressive action. But there is time to think about your action, even when you feel angry, because you can choose to stay angry, or you can choose to breathe and drink some water, think about what you're thinking about doing, and think about the possible outcomes of what you're thinking about doing, and see if you still want to do that. Because what I do know is, once you say something, you can't take it back. And once you take a life, you can't give it. So sometimes when you get so angry, you feel like you're about to create damage to something or someone. Breathe, drink some water. And I want you to drink the whole glass of water. Don't just take a sip and then knock somebody out. I want you to drink the whole glass of water. Like, keep sipping till the water gone, and then kind of reflect and say, do I want to do this? Now, what's my repercussions for doing it? And do I want to endure the consequences? Now, if that answer's still yes, after you done drank some water, and if you done breathed, then guess what? You probably gonna do it. But if it's not the answer, and you're like, you know what, they not even worth it. Because if they can create anger in me and cause me to be someone that I'm not, they have control over me. And if you're not interested in being controlled by anyone, then your job is to not allow your anger to control you. And you are the one that has control. And number 10, anger teaches us about our ability to cope. When you don't have any coping mechanisms in place, you resort to getting angry to help you cope with the hurt or whatever it is that you're dealing with. So number 10, you have to know anger teaches us about our ability to cope. So learn from your anger. There's nothing wrong with getting angry, but it is something wrong with fulfilling on negative or bad thoughts of aggression to fulfill on the anger. Anger can be your best friend if you allow it to be your best friend. Anger can be the most intriguing way to turn a very negative feeling into a very positive result if you allow it to motivate you and not inhibit you. So just know tonight it is all about you. Take time to think about the things that make you angry. Matter of fact, write 2 or 3 things down right now if you can about what makes you angry and why it makes you angry. And start to look at those things and see if it's a place where you can heal it, where you can actually talk about it. And if you definitely want to talk, I am your friendly life coach, Sharon Hill Withers. And I can be called at 336-618-1670 anytime. You can call me anytime. My job is to listen to you and allow you to be fully expressed and guide you and coach you through some of life's most hard and very, very difficult challenges. My website is www.itsallaboutyou.solutions. Visit today, look at some of my services, and see if you and I can get a hold to your anger and make it motivation for you. I want you to just take time today to go out on your porch and breathe. Just go out there and breathe in deep for 4 seconds and breathe out for 4 seconds. And do that for 5 minutes. I promise you, Any type of stress that you have going on will absolutely be less. And if there's anything that you're dealing with that you have no control over, I want to encourage you to bless it and let it go and then see what happens. Because sometimes that phrase, let go and let God, really does work. So these are 10 things that you need to know about anger. And if you're dealing with anger today, now you have some knowledge that can help you. You have some things that can help you. You do not have to fulfill on angry thoughts. All of us are human and we have them. They come up for us because we're human beings. But just know that if a person makes you angry, there is a reason why. If a place makes you angry, there is a reason why. If a time makes you angry, there is a reason why. So instead of indulging the anger, why don't you take time to inspect the anger? Because you can't expect until you inspect. Thank you so much for tuning in to It's All About You. You know I only keep you 15 minutes every Thursday at 8 o'clock. Sharon here with us signing off. And I want you to have peace, love, and happiness in your life today.